Hey guys, I am Brittany of Britzy Thrift. I'm a reseller on Poshmark as well as eBay, and welcome back for another thrifted haul. Now, this one's not going to be as big as my previous one if you watched that previous video, but I'm still really excited because I got some really cool things. I feel like I've gotten so lucky recently that I can't wait to show you, so let's get right into it. This is a brand that I've sold before. It's not particularly expensive or anything. I think it's pretty affordable, but I picked it up based on style. So this is Bamboo. These are new without box, so you can see there's no wear on the bottoms. It's also a larger size. These are a size 11. Aside from the fact that I just love them because they're very crystally, I recently read an article popped up on my phone. So I'm not the best at keeping up with things that are trending or whatever. I kind of just pick up what I like. But I did see an article pop up that said that this season, mesh ballet flats are going to be a thing. So when I saw this, I was like, oh, that's ironic because I just read that article. And these are clearly a mesh ballet flat, beautiful condition, larger size, and just so pretty. The trim here is like a patent. See how glossy it is? But I think it is so pretty and sparkly, and it kind of goes with the sequin thing that I like, as far as clothing. So I definitely was going to pick these up. Another pair from the same person, I'm sure. This is the same brand, Bamboo. This is a slightly smaller size. It's a size 10, but you can see that they have not been worn. These are another mesh ballet flat. These are point toe, and they've got these rhinestones all over them, and they're in this blush pink. So this person clearly was going for a certain, aesthetic, and I love it. And I'm grateful that she donated because, again, I kind of wanted to find some mesh flats just to see if, okay, are they really trending? Are they going to sell quickly or what? And these are perfect. First time finding this brand, I think. These are in really, really nice condition. So I saw the PG on the bottom. These are a smaller size. It says they are a size 4.5. And this is a brand called Paul Green. These are a very lightweight loafer, but you see they're kind of like this metallic bronze, and I don't think that this is real suede. I think it's man-made material, but they're in such great condition, and the comps look really good for these shoes. I thought I remembered hearing about Paul Green, but I've never found them before, so I couldn't remember. I was like, is this something that I should be looking out for or not? So quick check on eBay, and yes, it does seem to be a good performing brand. And even though it's a smaller size, the condition and I think the style, I like the shimmer there on the uppers and everything. I think that these are going to perform well. Now we've got a couple of t-shirts from the $2 bin. This came from the men's bin. This is called Allegory, and it's a size small. They had 2 of these t-shirts in there. The other one had quite a few stains on it. This one looked way better. But it just has Allegory on the front, and then on the back it's got that neon Joker. So you see that? I just thought it was kind of interesting. When I checked the comps, it doesn't, look like it's particularly anything that's amazing, but sometimes when I see things in the $2 bin and I just kind of like the color or whatever, then I will go on and try it anyway. So hopefully I'll be able to sell this one for like some good bread and butter. This is a shirt that I picked up either to sell or to keep for myself. So this is from Disney Parks. It's a size medium. And this is the chicken that always makes me laugh from Moana. It says going through life like this because his eyes are like going everywhere and he's a little out there. But like there's a part in Moana where he finds out that he's on a boat in the middle of the sea and he kind of panics and he makes this really high-pitched like screeching sound like over and over again. And anyway, it's super funny. But I just like the t-shirt. I was like, it's a funny chicken. So the only problem though is I'm going to have to do a little sewing, which is not my forte because I just threw it in and I didn't look it over like I should have. So it looks like the seam is just split. Even for someone that is not at all good at sewing, I could probably sew that back up. And most likely I'll just keep the shirt for myself. Yeah, so it won't matter. I mean, it'll just be like one of my summer t-shirts that I wear for comfort when I'm out thrifting or whatever, and it'll be fine. But I just thought it was really cute. Here's a brand that I have had in, I think it was a child's sweater or jacket or something. It didn't particularly perform well, but I've heard that the jeans can sell well, so I just wanted to try it because I've never found it in the jeans, and I kind of like the way this style looks. So this is called Silver Lake, and this is in a size 28, so pretty good size, and they're just a straight leg. Now, something I didn't notice when I was in the store would be this little rip here, and I'm not going to try to sew it up, I'm just going to disclose it. I don't know, some people like it distressed like that, but I think that's an actual rip, you know. So, okay, what happened was, the reason I'm missing these little mistakes and these holes is because when I was shopping, I got overzealous. My cart got really full, and they don't have the push carts in my thrift store. You have only like the handheld buggies. So my, cart got really full, and I was like, I gotta hurry up and pay for this stuff and take it out to my car, so that way, because I couldn't walk with it. So I did a rush sort of a thing without really taking the time like I should have, and sure enough, now I'm seeing these flaws when I get home. So that's the importance of double checking things when you're in the store. But so far, nothing that I wouldn't have still picked up anyway. I always like to see every flaw before I take it out of the store. So I probably would have still grabbed these anyway, but in any case, we will see how they perform. This is a pair of Dickies men's overalls. They are striped. I believe this is called the Hickory Railroad stripe, and I didn't see a size on these, so I'm gonna have to measure it out, but I believe I usually see these being sold at Walmart, and I always think that they're so nice, like kind of have like this Carhartt sort of vibe. Like I like their lined shirts, like their shackets, and like their jackets and their overalls and things like that are just so like, workwear, streetwear, and it just feels really sturdy and heavy. And I mean, this isn't terribly heavy, but I don't know, it just feels like good quality. I saw someone else sold a pair for $45 on eBay. So because this was part of my rush job, I did not notice the staining on the front. But I have a pretty good idea that I'll be able to get the stain out. And usually I'm not very good at getting stains out. That's why I avoid it. But now that I've gotten them here, I still like the piece. I just need to do a little rub down with some Dawn Platinum, and hopefully it'll come out. Here's a pair of jeans I've never heard of before. Maybe Kaiichi, I don't know. But this is called the Haley jean, and there's a certain look that some jeans have that remind me of qualities such as like Raleigh denim. And there's another one, I can't remember, but it's a certain look. Oh, AYR. Sometimes they kind of have this sort of darker wash sort of look, and there's a certain feel that comes with those jeans too that says quality. And this kind of gave me that vibe, so I went on and grabbed them. There's quite a few listed very high, and only a few of them actually sold, so not the best sell-through rate. But I just have a feeling that, I don't know, they feel like a good quality pair of jeans. And not far off from these, I did find a pair of AYR jeans, which AYR performs incredibly well for me. And I was like, well, if this person is the same person that donated these, which I have a feeling that they are, this might just be another version of, a jean that's in that same arena as AYR. I did not get the AYR jeans because they had like a huge slit in the leg, and I was like, if it hadn't have been for that, I would have snatched them up. But I was like, it felt like it was too far gone. So instead I got these, and we're gonna see if I can have some luck with selling them. They do feel really nice, and I like that dark wash. This is something that I almost missed. So this is a Peter Millar jacket, and it's called the Suffolk jacket. This is in a size large, and as you can see, it is new with tags. It's I think it said it retails for $275, so it's just this quilted black, kind of a lightweight jacket. Peter Millar Suffolk. There it is. Now, this does, in fact, have like some branding on the arm from a company, but I was like, it's too good. Like, Peter Millar is a good brand. It's new with tags. It's a size large. I know some people do have a way of being able to remove this, and then somebody just might not care, but I was like, I can't leave this jacket behind. So I grabbed this one. Next up is a brand that I heard of a long time ago, but I've never found it until now, and this kind of popped off the rack for me when I saw it. This is S13, and it says it's a size large. I'm assuming it's women's. I'm gonna double check to make sure it's not kids, but it is a goose down jacket, and I love the blue. It's very shiny, puffy. And it's got this faux fur hood up here, so the comps look like you can get maybe like $100 for it. Very pretty. So I paid $6.99 for this, so that's a great deal. I didn't want to leave this behind. Scotch and soda isn't exactly performing the best for me. I do have a few pieces that are sitting, and I think the last piece that I bought was a green t-shirt, men's t-shirt that was new with tags. I got it out of the $2 bin. And it is still sitting, so I was like, oh, I don't know if I really want to pick this up, but then I saw that it was new with tags, and I caved. So this is Scotch and Soda Amsterdam. It's an extra small, and this is just a gray button front vest. This is great for the office. There's so many things that you can do with it. Apparently TJ Maxx wanted $29.99. Scotch and Soda wanted $128. So there's the tag. And I just thought it was really cute. It looks like it should have some sort of a wool sort of composure to it, but it doesn't. I think it's just polyester, but I still think it's cute. Then we have this Von Dutch t-shirt. This is an extra large, and then it's got, I believe this is the one with the gold, yeah, the gold foil Von Dutch down there at the bottom. Just a basic white t-shirt that I got out of the $2 men's bin. From the same person, another Von Dutch and an extra large, and this one has the red logo down there. Here is a new tag J. Crew size 3X 100% merino wool cream sweater or knit top. So that was an absolute yes for me. Wonderful fabric content makeup, sustainable, new tags, well-known brand, and a plus size 3X. So I think that, you know, even though we're going into the summertime, I really have no problem with picking this up for like the fall or winter, because it's just too good to leave behind, you know. Here's a brand that I saw right at the end of the aisle. It performs well for me every single time I pick it up. Doesn't even matter. Veronica Beard. This is an extra small. I don't care. I would pick her up in anything. This is a pale blue ribbed long sleeve top. It's got sort of like these peasant sleeves here, but then it's got like the tighter bodice there. It's in really nice condition. Again, I absolutely love Veronica Beard. I will pick her up always, always, always. Here's another new tag J. Crew. This is in a size 29. And yeah, there's the tag there, the brown tag. This is in a blue wide leg corduroy. So again, something else that will probably go, you know, more in like the fall or the winter, but just a beautiful blue, wonderful condition, nice size. And I love these wide leg pants. They're really cool. Thinking a little bit outside of the box, I saw these and I was like, oh, it's Snoopy. So these were made in 2020. They're pretty lightweight, and they're just these Easter Snoopy from Charlie Brown, Snoopy and Woodstock plates. These were 99 cents a piece, and there are 4 of them, so I have the set. I thought about leaving them, but then I was like, I really, really want to sell them, and they don't weigh that much, you know, and they're not glass, but I was like, okay, let me check it on eBay, and I see somebody else has a set like this that's listed for like $25 and whatever they're charging for shipping, and it's already in somebody's cart. So I was like, okay, 99 cents, That's just going to be $4 and some change. I spend the same amount, or actually more now, on pants, jeans, and shirts. So I'm going to get this, and I'm going to, you know, sell some Easter Peanuts plates. This is ice cream by Billionaire Boys Club. And this is a pair of joggers. And you probably can't see it too good, but that's actually rolls of money kind of faded out in the print in the background. And let's see, that looks like it's a pocket, but it's not. It's not a cargo. There's their logo there. I think these are a large, I believe. So first time finding that, I was aware of the brand, but I have just never found it before, I don't think. Or maybe I saw it once and it wasn't in good condition. That was a really, really long time ago now that I think about it. But this was a pretty cool find, and they feel very comfortable. Here's something that I could probably mark as like Y2K. I remember it when I was younger. It was sold at Walmart, and this is new without tags, but this is Happy Bunny. And usually there would be, you know, these little sayings like, "This is not listening." You know, just like the little attitude-y sayings and things to appeal to a younger audience, I guess. But this is in a size 2XL juniors. I kind of want to keep it for myself just because it looks like something that I would wear. And actually, I did used to wear it. I had to look it up because I was like, okay, I know there's a Psycho Bunny and then there's a Happy Bunny. And it's funny because I found this Happy Bunny one day, and then the next day I went to another location and then found the Psycho Bunny, and I was like, okay, I see, you know, like two different brands, but the bunny thing kind of, you know. Here's another brand that I believe I heard of a long time ago, but just never found it until now. This is called Corridor New York, and this is in a size medium. From a distance, I thought that this was going to be linen, but it's actually 100% cotton. And it's just this gray button-down shirt, but it's actually pretty, you know, kind of expensive. So I'm excited to try this. It's in such good condition, and I think that I got this from the same location that I found that Fajal Raven shirt. And I'm thinking that maybe this all came from the same person, but, you know, it's just trickling out on different days. So I think that shirt came from him. This Corridor shirt came from him. And, okay, I was kind of kicking myself a little bit because I actually saw a Ralph Lauren double RL, which, you know, is kind of collectible. If you check the comps on eBay, they're selling for over $100. I am such an idiot because I put it back because I saw a stain on the front. I was like, in the moment, I was like, okay, don't be brand blinded. You know, if you don't think that you would pick it up outside of it being that brand, then don't pick it up. So I thought that I was making the responsible decision by putting it back on the shelf. It ate me alive until I went back on another day. And of course, it was not there. And I was like, I figured it would be a long shot, but like, I feel so stupid for putting it back because Ralph Lauren double RL, sorry. Double RL is very rare to find. I've only ever found it once before, and I remember it sold really well. So I don't know what I was thinking that night when I put it back, but I was just like, okay, it's over. Calm down. You messed up, but it's all right. So I found that Corridor shirt, the double RL, which I put back, and then I found this Todd Snyder, which is also a nice brand. So all these brands kind of, I feel like, are in the same tier, and that's why I think that this came from the same person. But this is like a brown brushstroke camouflage, very nice condition, button front shirt. Todd Snyder has done well for me, and this is also a medium. So these are the things that I tend to look for when I go shopping, things that stand out that I don't usually find a lot, because typically those are the things that perform the best for my closet, the more rare things. This hat was laying on the floor, and I bent down to pick it up just because I felt bad for it laying on the floor, like, you know, as if it has feelings or something. But when I stood there and I looked at it, I was like, this is in really, really, really good shape. Like, there's no flaws, stains, or anything. So I looked inside, and it says that it's a Kangol hat, and this is in a size large, and it's called the Military Colette. And then when I checked to see what it was made of, it says it is 100% wool. So I'm like, okay, this is in excellent condition. I have heard of Kangol before. It is 100% wool, and it's got a pretty cool little style. And usually in the wintertime, I do, I've noticed that there is a season where I'm pretty good at selling hats, like wool hats, cashmere hats, gloves, things like that. And I feel like this is going to be one of those things. So I love this little band here that goes around it. But I grabbed this from the $2 bin, possibly from the same person. This is an Eddie Bauer, which is an outdoor brand that I do like selling. This is, oh wait, sorry, I'm looking. I was like, is that a hole? No, it's not. You know how it gets those little, I guess, beginning stages of one or something, but it's still, I think it's fine. So this is an Eddie Bauer, and this is also a wool hat, and it's a bucket hat in this charcoal gray. So I was like, it's in pretty good condition, and I like that brand, and I'm looking at the fabric content of it, so I think it'll do all right in the winter time. Here is another, funny, because in my last video, I found those Denim and Supply Ralph Lauren pants, like Geo pants or something, and I was like, oh, I don't find it that often. And sure enough, as soon as I said that, I go to another store and I find another piece. So this is a men's Denim and Supply Ralph Lauren shirt, and it is in a size large. This is actually a pearl snap. I feel like when he bought it, it was probably blacker than what it is now, so it might possibly be faded just a little bit, but not terribly. It's got these black pearl snaps on it, like matte. So maybe this is the correct color for it. It's supposed to be just like a, a matte black. So here's the Psycho Bunny piece. See how they're kind of similar, like with the bunny and everything, but this is a kid's short sleeve t-shirt, extra large, 1820, very pretty purple. Also from the $2 bin, this is an Avirex, like a waffle thermal knit men's long sleeve t-shirt. This is in an extra large. So I found this on the day that I went back to look for that Ralph Lauren double RL shirt, and I was feeling kind of sad because I was like, well, I knew it wasn't going to be here, but still, it was like I kind of hoped that I would find it. And then I saw this, and that made me feel a little bit better because this is a nice brand as well. This was something that came off the rack. I was there, like a lot of times when I'm there, at some point they bring a rack out. So this reminds me of that olive green industry suede jacket. This is Joie. And again, Joie is not my favorite brand, but this was such a nice piece. I just wanted to get it anyway. It's this tan brown suede, faux suede, with the crest buttons there. And it's new with tags. So Marshall's one at $34.99. And where is the, oh, okay. And this is the Joie tag. They don't have the price on it. But in any case, I was like, okay, I really don't want to leave it behind because it's really pretty. And again, when you think of fall, you think of this brown sort of color, and it would be nice for the office. So I was like, I don't like Joie, but I think it has enough going for it that maybe I'll be able to sell it. This stood out to me because purple is my favorite color, and I like the stars. And then when I kind of zoomed into it, I recognized the brand. This is G4. This is in a size small, and it is a sample piece. I just picked up a pink one that's very similar to this with the ruched arms, so it was a no-brainer. I just threw it right on in my cart. Here's something that I grabbed out of the $2 bin. It was put in there because that's where they put all their t-shirts. I still can't figure out if this is supposed to be an oversized t-shirt or a dress or what, but this is a Free People Beach in a size medium, new with tags. Just this, like I said, either dress or oversized t-shirt, but for $2 in any case, I was like, all right, I'm gonna get it. A brand that I'm usually pretty happy to see. This is Carved Designs, and this is either a, I'm gonna have to look it up, but it's either a small, medium, or just a small. But this is a long sleeve athletic mini dress. I like it. It's sort of like a kind of like a sweatshirt, but it's like that moisture wicking athletic material. And usually this brand has more like sustainable fabrics, but I don't think that this dress is, because they had to, like make it moisture wick or whatever. No, it says 82% polyester and 18% spandex. So I think this is just more of a comfort, athletic-y kind of thing. But still, I love carved designs. Here is another Eddie Bauer piece. So I thought these were just in such great condition. They are a pretty large size. They're in a size 15M, but this is real leather, and they're like these boat shoe moccasin kind of shoes. And I like this sole because I don't know, something about it just says, hey, I'm rugged, you know. And they're great for the winter because they are flannel lined with that buffalo check red in there. So I just really like these. I thought they were interesting, and I thought that maybe the size would help them sell because of it being a bigger size. Maybe somebody, you know, specifically has to go online to find this size because it's hard to find it in the store. So there's Eddie Bauer, the logo right there on the side. Last but not least, this is a personal buy. I bought this pair of roller skates. These were only $7.99. I love this Tiffany blue, this sort of mint green. There's no brand on them, but this is an excellent deal for roller skates, and I kind of wanted to try. Again, my boyfriend is actually pretty good at it, and he likes to do roller skating in his free time just to help him relax. So it kind of inspired me to go in and buy these when I saw them and they actually fit. So I was like, all right, I don't have the strongest knees. You know, I mean, I prefer a scooter where I can hold on to something, but I'm going to try it anyway. When I was a kid, I learned how to skate on rollerblades, which is the one with just a line of wheels, you know, down here. And also the brake on rollerblades is in the back. So muscle memory for me is, you know, one blade, brake is in the back. This is different. Four, and the brake is in the front. So I think I could probably get the hang of it if I just practice, but this is just a really cool personal buy. And with the weather warming up, you know, you kind of want to be outside. My son, he likes to ride his bike a lot. And like I said, my boyfriend, he goes out and he skates too. So if I want to try it out, then I've got me a pair of skates. Okay. Well, I thought I could get it to do it, but the wheels actually light up. I don't know. They light up when they're on my feet, which makes it look really cool. And yeah, I'm just happy to try it and just hope and pray that I don't skin myself up too bad. But that is what it is. So that's it for this haul. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope to catch you in the next one. Bye.